going to try to install this power switch here so that I can turn on the under cabinet light. And according to this instructions here, there is two metal pieces on top, and I need to separate that wire. The other wire, I'll just let it loop through this channel here, the bottom channel, and the wire need to be cut into half, two pieces. Stop here in the metal, and also stop here in the metal. And it looks like there's a metal plate here and also here so I don't need to strip the wires. I just need to press the wire down so that metal piece, the metal blade that's sitting upright over here and over here will penetrate into the that's a very smart design, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And I think, let me see the instructions here. I don't think I'm looking at the right one because this is not English. Turn this thing around. You can see this is the wire. Here we go. So the top wire is the hot wire, the bottom wire is the neutral wire. And if you look on the internet, the neutral wire is the wider plug. The hot wire is the narrower plug. To here, okay. So this wider plug is the neutral wire, which I'm not going to cut into half. The hot wire, which is the narrower plug, this wire, I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to put it into this top portion where there are metals here that connect to this that can be controlled by this switch here. The wire that's neutral, which is the wider prom of the two proms here, which is this one. So as you can see here, my finger is touching here, my ring finger is touching here. This prom is the neutral wire, and the narrower plug, my thumb is touching, that's the hot wire. So we're gonna cut this hot wire, and then we're gonna install the switch. I'm gonna put the power switch here, okay? So just enough space so that I can plug the power in to here behind the refrigerator. As I plug that in, you immediately see this under cabinet light 1, and the second under cabinet light 2, and the third under cabinet light 3. And this is the package that I bought from Home Depot. It's a Hampton Bay 320 watts G8 xenon bulbs. Each one has 4 feet of cord per fixture, and then there's a 6-foot extension cord with 3 proms plugs. Okay, that's how this works. So as you can see in this map here, that top, let me pull this thing out. You can see here, this is the 6-foot long 3 proms power plug, and each, actually are each light is 20 watts, and each light has a 4-foot extension cord that can plug into this power plug. So the way I install this light is I had to use my wire. I had spare electric wire laying around so I can extend, because this is from this light going through the cabinets, it ends here. That's 4 foot of wire. I had to use my own electric wire to connect from here to all the way to this plug here, as you can see over there. And this is a chimney, so I'm not going to have too much stuff here. So that's why this is a good position for this plug. And then you can see the second light is the same. I have it going up from over to here, and again, it's not long enough because it's only, each light has only 4 feet of wire. I had to use another my own wire to connect from there to the power plug, to the 3-pin power plug. And then right now, install a power switch right here. You know, right here, or right here. Okay, so that this power switch can be here, and then you know, it can be controlled like that. You know, so I'm going to mount this in there. Actually, this is the mount, so I'm going to mount this here. Okay, mount this here so that I can use it. You know, so so that's how it's going to be done. So as you can see, this hot wire is on top. It's going to route it on top and cut it in half. And then the bottom wire is the neutral wire, is going to go through without cutting. And I'm just trying to see the trying to find it on the internet. Okay, trying to find it on the internet. So you can see this wider is the neutral, the narrower is the hot. Okay, you can see this in this graph here. Neutral is the wider plug. Narrow is the hot wire, which is the one that we should cut in half and then route it through the top of the in power switch. And you can see over here, this is my left is the neutral, my right is the hot. So if we trace, let me switch it back so it's easier. And if we trace it, this is the hot is now on the left. We just trace it upwards, and we're gonna try to split this left side and then leave the right side, split the right side and leave the because right side is neutral. We want to split open the hot side. Okay, so let me do that. And you know, we're gonna try to split this. I'm trying to use my finger, but it's probably easier to get slotted a screwdriver. Let me see if I have the slotted screwdriver. There we go, slotted screwdriver. So you can see right here, you can kind of insert this slotted screwdriver in the middle, and hopefully that's gonna kind of split this wire in half. You know, split this wire in the middle. There you go. So we just successfully split the wire into half. And right now I'm just gonna cut this. Let me double check before I cut it. So this is the, whoops. Okay, let's trace it. This is the neutral, the wider plug, and this is the narrow plug, which is the hot wire. So let's trace this wire. Hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. So this is the hot wire. And we're gonna try to cut this hot wire. Okay, so I forgot to bring the wire cutter. But anyway, let's come back to here. You can see this plug here. The wider is neutral and the narrower is the hot, which is the wire that we want to cut. So let me do this again. This is the hot, this is the neutral. The hot is the narrow plug instead of the wider plug, neutral. So this is the hot wire, tracing the hot wire up. So this is the place, this is the one I want to cut. So I'm cutting it into half. That's it. You do not need to see, now we can route this like the picture is showing. Basically we just press the neutral in there, and we're gonna try to press the what do you call that, the hot wire into there. You know, I think it's kind of too long, so I'm going to cut it off a little bit. Press it down so that the metal piece will penetrate the wire. Okay. I'm going to try to use my slotted screwdriver to press it down. Same thing here. I think that's good. Okay, I think that's down. So now, wire. There we go. There we go. Let's see if we can put this cover on. Yeah. Just gonna get the two tiny screws, one here, one here. Two tiny screws to lock this in. I'm not sure why this is not totally in, so try to press down the wires a little bit more. Okay, I just used my slotted screwdriver to press the wires into the grooves. It's better, and I think I can start putting the two screw in and then make this cover piece. Okay. Yeah, that gives me a better. Okay. Let's see if I can try it. press it in. Now I'm all set. Just and let's see if it works. Okay, here we go. Alright, it does work. Yeah, that shut it off. Now that turn it on. Shut it off. And that turn it on. So there you have it. Turn on or off. And that's it. We're going to continue cleaning here. Use the vacuum cleaner. Their cabinet. It doesn't look bad. You know, you can see that's the power switch. Just press, and then I have light 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here under cabinet lights. This is a 3-set Hampton Bay 3-set what do you call that? Under cabinet lights switch, light switch. Each light has 4 foot of wire, electric wire. Okay, and so I have this first first light with the 4-foot electric wire going up to that second shelf, that hole into this I guess vent, cooking vent, and then rest plugged into that one of the 3 power plugs there. This 3 power extension cord actually came in the package, and here is the plug. So you need to find the hot wire and split that open, cut it in half, leave the other wire. There are 2 wires. One is the hot wire, one is the natural wire. Cut the hot wire into half, leave the natural wire, still connected it, but routed it through this power switch groove. And then the hot wire will be cut short a little bit on both ends, and then so that it can fit into this power switch. And when you press it down, there are 2 metal blades that stood up or stand up against the floor of this thing, and then when you press it down, the metal blade is going to connect to these two ends of the hot wire of this extension cord. The extension cord is 6 foot long. Was it? Yeah, 6 foot. 6-foot extension cord with 3 plugs, and per light has 4-foot cord. I had to use my own extension electric wire, 14 gauge, for about 10 foot, and then you know, so one section of it will come to here and connect to this wire that feeds through the cabinet and into the back here, and connect to this wire here. Okay, and then I have to use this wire is actually going up through there and then into here, and then over there I have to use another section, another piece of electric wire, which is my own 14 gauge. I you know, continue the electricity all the way to here. So you have 2 wires, you know, one for this light, one for the other light, and then come into here. So all 3 lights can be connected to this 3-prong power plug extension cord, which is 6 foot long, and then come to here. So the total, there are 2 pieces of wires that I connected so that these 2 lights can be connected to this 3-prong extension cord, the 6 foot. And the 6-foot cord will connect to the power plug on the wall. Put in a power switch, so this way I can shut it off. As you can see here, shut it off. Okay, you press it and then shut it off. That's on. Okay, and then that's off. So there you have it.